and he will be speaking manual speech number 7, research your topic, and his speech title is Exploration of Mars. Please welcome Chandra.
Hello everyone, how are you feeling today? I'm nervous. What is that one thing which makes human stand out on before every other species on Earth?
Intellect.
Well, my answer is the exploration. Humans never stop exploring. Even when they die, they continue to give the knowledge, the legacy of the knowledge continues on to the next generation. How many of you guys watched the movie The Martian? Actually, the movie was recently released, and it was released at the right time when NASA announced they found liquid water flowing on Mars. I assume that everybody knows what is NASA and what it does. NASA is a space agency, American space agency, who do interplanetary missions and stuff like that. So I've been listening about the space exploration, like sending orbiters, sending rovers to different planets from my young adulthood. But all those things never did a thing to me. But after watching this movie, The Martian, it created so much of curiosity in me on space exploration and in particularly Mars exploration. For those of you who haven't watched the movie, please do watch it. I highly recommend you to watch it. So the curious me want to know more about the Mars exploration. I had so many questions. Questions like, what is Mars exploration? And why is it important to do Mars exploration? How many countries are doing this kind of exploration? And why do we keep going back to Mars? How much money is involved in this kind of projects? So all these petty questions, I had all those petty questions and I done my research and it unveiled me ton of information. Now I would like to even visit the Jet Propulsion Laboratory in Pasadena near LA to just have a look on the stuff what I've been studying on. So I had all these questions, right? Now I want answers. So allow me to tell the answers which I got to you to share my little knowledge. What is Mars exploration? It is as simple as it sounds. It is exploration of a planet, a different planet, a planet next to us by a spacecraft. The NASA has been, all this exploration has started in early 1960s. So until before that time, we never did any of these kind of experiments, but it started in 1960s. So within this 50 years of time, we had gained tremendous amount of knowledge about the topography, about the geology, about the atmosphere of the Mars. And the second question, why do we keep going back to Mars and why not other planets? We have several other planets. We have close to 9 planets, and why are we just focusing on this little red planet, which is half the size of Earth? Again, the planetary alignment makes Mars most amenable to Earth, and it makes Earth to send a probe. Probe is something, a craft that is sent from Earth to there, and the alignment makes Earth to send it every 26 months. So we can send some probe to Mars every 26 months. And what is the distance between Mars and Earth? It is close to 50 million kilometers. So it takes about 9 months for a probe to send there. So 9 months to travel and 26 months to materialize the project. That's really perfect to study anything that is to study an interplanetary object. And that's what made Mars very special to Earth. And even many people keep on going back to Mars for that very reason. And temperatures are still very cold there, but they are talking about the space exploration and they're doing a lot of study on that grounds. And who are the countries involved in this kind of exploration? Of course, the US, and the other big fish is the USSR. These two people have spent so much of money and so they have gained so much of knowledge onto this Mars exploration. And recently India joined the league and they have successfully launched their first orbiter in 2014. And other than India, China and Japan and even European Space Agency has done several missions, but they did not have a successful mission yet. Now, how many missions they have had so far? We have done 43 missions so far to the Mars, and out of which only 18 of them are successful, which means there is only success rate of 43%. And even after careful planning, these kind of things do fail. So let's talk money. How much a typical project of this kind could cost? And what is a rover? Rover is a physical object that is sent onto a different planet. And NASA has sent close to 5 rovers onto the Mars so far, like Spirit, Opportunity, Phoenix, Pathfinder, Sojourner, etc. I researched and I could find the number for one of the orbiter, the rover. The cost for the latest Maven was the rover was $2.5 billion. You can imagine how much of money that is going into that particular things of this kind. And an orbiter, and the latest orbiter sent by NASA costed $672 million. $672 million, that's right. And there are the latest, it is called MOM, Mars Orbiter Mission. It was sent by India, that costed $72 million, which is way less than the successful mission of the US, but it brought so much of criticism on India for spending that much amount of money while it had other problems like poverty and sanitation, etc. But personally, I believe this is the knowledge you are giving to the future generation people. And you cannot just compare the amount spending on this kind of research onto things like poverty and stuff like that. Okay, let's move on. The red light is already on. So much of topology, the atmosphere, the geology is studied in just 50 years. And NASA has already had its plan to land a first human being in 2020. So that day would be a really great day. It will be just like a big landmark, just like how the landmark of landing on Moon was celebrated. I'm very much looking forward for that particular day. And maybe it is not a surprise for me to even think that in future, maybe our future generation people will have a back and forth rides to Mars. Thank you very much for listening to me. And all the stuff, the facts, whatever I gave today are taken from mars.nasa.gov, planetary.org, and space.com. Thank you very much.
Please give 1 minute to write down some feedback for Chandra. Amy, could you please time 1 minute for us? 1 minute, could you please?
Sure.
Just let me know after 1 minute is